Hey, how about Nancy Bain and the Power for Parkinsons dance class?
Check, check, check. Thank you all for being here at our creative showcase. We all gather multiple times a week to exercise, and we also like to gather to show off our creativity, to inspire each other, and to just see a little more of ourselves in our community. So this is one of our favorite annual events, and we appreciate you all being here. I want to first just have everyone give a round of applause for all of the artists whose art is on the walls. So now we're going to get into some performances, and we have a lot of different artistic disciplines coming up today. We're going to have some music, we're going to have some storytelling, and we're going to have, but first, we're gonna have some more dancing. So I want to invite to the stage someone who attends our Monday class at WellMed and is an incredible, inspirational person. I do not see her, but where?
Right here.
Oh, there. Sandra Crowley, everybody. And you'll notice behind her, her lovely assistant, Dwayne Crowley. Sandra, do you want to introduce me to her? Okay. She would like to let her dancing speak for herself.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to get it going on?
I can't.
I got you. Very nice. Give it up for Sandra Crowley, y'all.
Wayne, you ought to bury that lady.
Now, before we get into the next part of it, I want to thank our sponsors with Abbott. They have a table right there. We'll tell you all about what they have, but it is a therapy that may help you if you have Parkinson's. Is that right?
Yeah.
And Eric's a heck of a guy. Also, you can lean on him for physical therapy knowledge, like I just did. So we thank them for generously supporting this event and also all of you for being here. And it is not very often at an art show that we get to welcome a world champion athlete here today. But our participant, Jack Martin, he recently won the doubles in the national ping pong
World class.
Yeah.
World championship.
World Championship table tennis doubles. So unfortunately, there's no ping pong table here, so we're gonna have him. He's also a heck of a writer, so we're gonna have him read a story. So everybody, please round of applause for Mr. Jack Martin. Hey, Josh, can you grab that stool?
Okay, this is a fun story.
Chet, you want a stool?
I think I'll be fine.
Okay, do it into this
Doctor
one.
said to bring a stool sample, Jack.
Okay, Jack, use this one. And you can tap dance, huh?
Yeah, I'll tap in. All right, is this thing working now? Yes, sir. Okay, so it's called After the Fire. Back when I was working, I loved to ride my bike down to Town Lake to get some exercise before heading into the office. I would start just after sunrise, coast down through the hills of Rollingwood. You know, this might help. I should have memorized it. Much better, okay. Coast down through the hills of Rollingwood, cross over the Mopac footbridge, and ride down to First Street Bridge. There I would begin the upstream and uphill portions of the ride that would wear me out. It was a great way to start the day. One beautiful crisp fall morning, as I was riding down the tree-lined promenade that leads to the statue of Stevie Ray Vaughan, I noticed two homeless people in sleeping bags who were scuffling beside the path. I knew, or at least I was acquainted with, a lot of homeless people from my work with the Foundation for the Homeless. For over 10 years, I had volunteered as a librarian at the breakfast hosted by the foundation at the First Methodist Church in downtown Austin. I would collect donated books from several sources and then make those books available to the attendees at the breakfast. I really enjoyed the job as it gave me the opportunity to interact with these people on a much deeper level than if I just sing hash in the food line. I was able to recommend books that I liked and to try to satisfy requests for particular books from our guests. Over time, I'd made a number of what I considered to be friends among them. There was Joe, who sported Doc Brown Back to the Future haircut style, and who had been in greater command of the English language than I did. Deshaun, a 6'9" giant, who had played power forward for the Stanford University basketball squad and could speak 5 languages. And Tim, a printer, who had discovered that his job had disappeared when he tried to return to the labor market after nursing his mom through the ravages of Alzheimer's disease for 3 years. There were others too. I was always happy and relieved. I did memorize that one word. And relieved when they showed up at the breakfast, as there was never any guarantee of that. Once I reached the statue, I turned for home. I thought that I ought to check in on the combatants. I might know them, and in any case, I hoped that I could help talk them through their problems and save them some grief. So I turned around and I headed back their way. As I approached them, they were still having at rolling this way and that through the weathered grass and the dirt. Are you guys all right? I yelled. Hell no, this woman's trying to kill me, a man said. I scanned the scene and I quickly saw the source of his concern. The couple was grappling with what appeared to be a sizable butcher knife. Damn, although I was a lawyer, I wasn't trained in conflict resolution, and I doubt that would have covered knife fights even in mediation training anyway. Whoa, guys, why don't y'all just toss that knife over here and we can work this out? I said hopefully. I could see the tension ebb from their hands. You good? The man asked. Yep, I'm good, the woman replied. Okay, folks, I'm gonna count to 3 and y'all can just toss that knife over here towards me, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thankfully, they tossed the weapon my way. As it turned out, it wasn't a butcher knife, but rather a handsaw with a sharp pointed end. While it wasn't a knife, it still could have done a bunch of damage. Here we go. I got off my bike and retrieved the saw as the two of them began to get up slowly from the ground. There were a scrawny little white man and a scrawny little black woman. He picked up his sleeping bag and his utility belt and began shaking the dust out, while she brushed the leaves from her purple wig. Well, folks, what seems to be the problem? My husband is doing drugs. I am not doing drugs. Rocky, you're a liar. I am not doing drugs. Rocky, you're lying. I am not doing drugs. Rocky, you're smoking pot. Well, of course I'm smoking pot. Anyone in this situation would be smoking pot. So what's your situation? This, he said, as he swept his hand over the piles of belongings. Our house burnt down 2 years ago, and this has been our world ever since. There wasn't much, a couple of packs, a couple of sleeping bags and pillows, a few other grocery items and sacks filled with eating utensils and other goods, and Craftsman utility belt. Folks, I volunteer for the Foundation for the Homeless, I offered. They have connections in with places to stay. Why don't y'all come down to the breakfast on Thursday morning? I'll put you in touch with the director and see if he can help. Nah, Rocky said disgustedly. I've seen their kind of help. I was on a list for a place to stay for 6 months. When I finally got to the top, they told me I had to be single. Hell, I'm getting divorced just to have a roof over my head. I watched them as they gathered up their belongings. When he picked up his utility belt, I turned to her, ma'am, and to him, sir, are y'all going to be safe with this now? They both nodded, and I slipped the saw into his sheath on his belt. I watched as they finished gathering their things and began to trot off, stoop-shouldered under the weight of their remaining belongings. I wish I had more for you, but I don't bring money along when I ride my bike down here. I wish you both the best. God bless you both. Those words felt like very empty words. I felt very empty too.
Mr. Jack Martin, everybody. I'd now like to welcome to the stage a longtime friend of PFP. He's a person who is an advocate for the confluence of Parkinson's and visual art. Everybody put your hands together for Mr. Chris Lyons.
Hello, everyone. Hey. So before I start, I'm going to be doing a poetry reading. It'll be mercifully brief, but before I get to that, though, I wanted to say, let everyone know here that, so I started the Quiver several years ago, which is a celebration. It's a nonprofit that celebrates the connection between art and Parkinson's. Many people, as this great event here testifies, there is, I think in many cases, a connection, a nexus between creative expression and Parkinson's. Many people, for the first time in their lives, have all sort of flowering of their creative expression following a diagnosis. And so I started the Quiver to sort of celebrate that, and that website is thequiver.org if anybody would like to go and check that out. But further, as part of my role, part of my desire to celebrate this wonderful art that you see here and by others with Parkinson's around the world, I've started doing a series of art shows and benefits and auctions. So we're coming up now on our 4th art show and benefit, and this is going to be the biggest one yet. I'm pretty excited. I've been working with the World Parkinson's Congress, which is going to be in May of 26, and so I've been fortunate, blessed enough to have signed an MOU with World Parkinson's Congress in my role as head of the Quiver. And so I'm collecting in the process now, and still very much at the early stage of that process of collecting art for display and for sale at the World Parkinson's Congress. So I'd especially say, if any of you, on top of all the wonderful artists and art that's represented here today, if any of you would like to know more about that, please let me know. So anyway, so the poem. Is there any question about the art show or benefit, I guess? Well, no, okay. Right, so this poem, if I can find it here, just lost it. So I had it teed up, it seems to, I guess maybe I pushed the buttons here. Give me just 1 second, please. The poem was inspired by Alan Cole. Many of you know Alan Cole, wonderful man with Parkinson's, and I remember a poem that he had a couple years ago, and he said sometimes the healing comes before the cure. And I thought it was kind of an interesting phrase, and so I was sort of inspired by that phrase to explore the connection between healing and curing. And so that's what this poem is about. I can just find it here. Where's the tap dancer? We need a tap dancer. Up here.
happens to me every class.
Almost there, getting closer, getting closer, getting closer.
Put a stool sample right by you.
Oh, here we go. Healing and Cure is the name of the poem, and I wrote this about 2 years ago. Are healing and curing joined at the hip, or two separate things like wagon and ship? Could it be said that they're miraculous things, as ringing a bell gives angel his wings? Does one pull the other like oxen and cart, or one hold another as body does heart? Doctors might say they've ordinal features, marching in sequence, soldierly creatures. I am but a man with a shaken condition, but offer to his humble submission. For trials by fire had more than a few, had rites of passage to find my way through sleepless nights I tossed and turned. Friends who've helped me left others concerned. Emergency rooms, muscle relaxants, face furious son and daughter's long absence. Behaviors unhealthy, strange fixations, trembling limbs and numbing sensations. My 2-decade marriage is nearly ended. My sparkling career is broken, unmended. The ship of our family through tempest was tossed. Our love for each other was thought nearly lost. For all of that, we've begun to recover. The love thought lost has been rediscovered. Though that steady blaze of marriage be ending, the embers that glow are still worth attending. Was my great misfortune to be PD bitten, but the story's not over, there's more to be written. We've all got our demons, all turned into dust. The most hardened of steel soon gathers its rest. As to the question of healing and cure, of my righteous answer I'm reasonably sure. There's not yet a cure for my PD condition, yet my healing hopes have come to fruition. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Chris Lyon, everybody. We'd now like to welcome to the stage someone who is an actress, a playwright, and someone who really brings people together in a lot of different ways in our community and has for years. And we're so happy to have her as part of our community, attending, 2 or 3 classes every week. Everybody put your hands together for Amparo Garcia Crow. I have to tell you to be loud.
Well, I don't know, we'll see.
I'll get it to the right height once you sit down. How's that feel?
I think good. Can you guys hear? This is an excerpt from my memoir that's on that table. The memoir is called Prophecy of My Undoing. And this particular chapter excerpt is from a little chapter called A Labor of Love. The day my son officially became full term in my belly, our midwife recommended 2 practices. Have as much sex as possible, and David, suck on Amparo's nipples every chance you get. And he did. The reason for this prescription was biological. Oxytocin is released during orgasm, and it helps quicken contractions. Oxytocin, which is released during orgasm, helps quicken those contractions, and it stimulates breastfeeding. So my midwife continued to explain, oxytocin is called a love hormone or cuddle chemical for potent reasons. If you had it activated in your system before the birth, it is good for your brain and your baby's brain too. Might as well toughen the nipples now as well, she advised. It will help reduce the soreness after the baby is born. Well, David and I took her advice too hard. In fact, we made love 1 hour before I went into labor. Apparently, the oxytocin in my system worked wonders. I went straight into hard labor, and he was born 3 hours later. Now, choosing to do a home birth without sedation, I faced the labor pain straight on. Everyone who has chosen natural childbirth prepares you for the reality of how painful the labor pains will be. But what I had not anticipated and nobody spoke to me about was the profound rest in between the labor pains. The sharp contrast between the moments of excruciating pain and the blissful nothingness that followed in between was amazing and illuminating. Pain as a labor of love was teaching me a lifelong lesson as I waited for my son to crown. The hardest part of labor can be birthing the baby's head. The last contraction that pushes the baby's body completely out feels almost effortless when compared to the pain that precedes it. The stretching that expanded my cervix to allow Alejandro into the vaginal tunnel was the most painful for me. Normally, a woman's cervix is pinhead size. A baby's head is a lot bigger. And while the vagina is able to stretch to accommodate the baby's head, it's still a very tight squeeze. This is when the baby's mobile skull bones really come into play. Thankfully, they shift and move inside the baby's head to allow it to pass through easily. Now, the midwife would later tell me that my son, who we call Ali, his skull was the second largest head she had ever delivered. And at this point, she had delivered 500 babies. Yeah. His precious head was definitely no small item, and the rest of him, which came in weighing at 9 pounds, was equally formidable. After his head crowned and his face surfaced, family and friends gave him a spontaneous standing ovation to lovingly welcome him. Surprisingly, he came in holding his cheek with one of his tiny hands, cupped, almost as if cradling it. And as we both waited for the last painful contraction that propelled him into the world, Ali and I experienced a near-death experience together. Those are called NDEs. Now, viewing this particular near-death experience is like a short movie in my mind. I experienced it instantly, and there was this incredible empathy for the unexpected sadness that my baby son was feeling as he too waited to get pushed out. The vision filmed the footage that flashed in my mind to convey his sadness as he is getting ready to leave my body was of a funeral march, the kind you might witness in New Orleans, which utilizes music as the backdrop. As I observed the funeral march in my mind, I heard myself say, "Oh my baby's experiencing his birth as a death." In other words, he was dying to some other significant experience he was remembering in that moment. He was holding it dear, but saying goodbye to it. 4 years later, my son recalled this moment spontaneously. We were sitting together on the couch. I was reading a book while he played next to me with his Ninja Turtles. Suddenly, he gasped, and he stopped what he was doing as if struck painfully by something. When I checked on him, his face looked overcome with sadness, his lower lip in a pout, trembling. "What's wrong, sweetheart?" I asked. Barely able to get the words out, he said, "I dreamed I died." "You want to tell me about that?" I gently encouraged. "I was swimming in the big ocean," he began to remember. "Then I was swimming in the big river, and then I saw a white house, and that's when my head got bigger, and my hand got bigger, and then I died." And at this point, he could no longer control his emotions, and he started to cry loudly. Without hesitation or thought, I reached over to comfort him, and I said, "You are remembering being born, sweetheart." I myself was surprised to conclude that at such lightning speed. To a 4-year-old, a dream and a memory are probably one and the same awareness. Limited by his pre-kinder vocabulary, he had nonetheless described his experience quite profoundly. Like the poetic writer of song he would become, and as some of you might know him as Shaky Graves, his words effectively described what I too have had memory of. This was the sadness I had felt at his birth after his head crowned, and he rested his head on his little hand as we both waited for the last contraction to push him out. To my ear, the big ocean was my belly full of amniotic fluid. The big river was the beginning of labor as he left that environment and streamed into the birth canal. And yes, his head got bigger once I pushed him out of the vaginal canal, since his hand also surfaced and rested on his little cheek for several minutes while we both waited for the last contraction. The hand, of course, appeared bigger in the light of morning, as opposed to the darkness of my belly where it had developed for 9 months. That we could be of one mind alongside the other as I experienced the funeral march as my vision, which was a kind of sign language that told me Ali was experiencing his birth as a death as it happened. And as far as the White House he saw after the ocean, which became a river after my water broke, the actual house is where Ali was born, was a modest 1940s white country house in Clarksville, West Austin. Apparently Alejandro had his own inner eye GPS, indicating his actual location upon arrival. More significantly, my son and I had undergone that near-death experience that I mentioned, the kind that Jeffrey Long, a medical doctor, describes, and I'm just going to quote here. NDEs reported by children, adults, scientists, physicians, priests, ministers, among the religious and atheists, and from countries throughout the world, have the same kind of experience. While no two NDs are exactly the same, they are characteristic and are commonly observed in this way. They include a perception of seeing and hearing apart from the physical body, passing into and through a tunnel, encountering a mystical light, intense and generally positive emotions, a review of part or all of their prior life experiences, encountering deceased loved ones, and a choice to return to their earthly life, close quote. Years later, when I got pregnant with my daughter, I told the midwife's assistant this birth story. She told me a provocative true story in return, which I have never forgotten. In her early days as a midwife, she trained near a Native American reservation in the Midwest. After delivering a baby at a client's home that had taken 20 hours to deliver, she was driving back to her own house when she stopped at a convenience store for a cup of coffee. As she was waiting to check out, she was greeted by an indigenous elderly woman. "Excuse me, were you at a death recently?" the Native woman asked. "No," my midwife responded. "Why do you ask?" She said, "The light around you right now, I only see around people who have just attended a death or a birth. Apparently, when either of those doors open, the same light illuminates."
That was Amparo Garcia Crow, everybody. So, I believe Amparo has copies of her memoir at the center table, and that was a reading from it, and I highly recommend it. It's the kind of work that you can pick up and read a passage or a chapter and kind of transform your day. So, if anybody's interested, I'm sure she'll sign it for you. So one of the things that we wanted to do this year was we have a lot of musically talented people in our community, and we wanted to give them a proper band instead of just a jerk with an acoustic guitar, which is kind of what I was doing last year. So I want to really express a sincere thank you for the people in this band for donating their time and talents. So I'm going to introduce them as they come up. We got John Michael Shope on the bass. Okay. Judd Johnson on the drums. And on the keys, we're going to have Josh Mosier. Josh is, if you've ever watched one of our Power for Parkinsons exercise videos, it's Josh who is filming it and putting it together. So, and we, as an organization, we like to think that we are giving some of the most unique University of Texas internship experiences. So I'm backing vocals today, everybody. Give it up for Claire, the intern. I'm gonna turn all these mics on. We're gonna have a little squeak in, and then I'm gonna introduce our first person. All right. Check, check, check. This one sounds pretty good. And you know, one of the things about Parkinson's is, and Josh, you can take that stool. Balance can sometimes be an issue, and we have to be careful about walking surfaces. Check, check, check.
Look where you're standing while you're telling us that.
Yeah. So we thought it'd be great to put the challenge of there's just cables everywhere. Okay, so everybody, when they come up here, think about what Lauren Lewis is teaching you. You know, big steps, step over things. Let's see what we got here. The first person we want to bring up is someone who I kind of think of as the heart and soul of PFP. This is somebody who, so many times when somebody walks through the door and we wonder, you know, if they saw one of us speak at a community center, if they saw, you know, us online, or how they found out about Power for Parkinsons, it turns out, no, they were told about us by Stan Waddell. So, a man about town, a true man of the people. And we're gonna have him, we twisted his arm to have him sing a song for y'all today. So everybody, big round of applause for him.
Okay, y'all, I'm having a little bit of a balance issue.
And his lovely assistant, Ann.
Here you go.
Check, check.
We also recognize this as smiling.
Check, check, check. Talk about a dramatic.
Yeah, we did not rehearse that last year.
And for anybody keeping track, our volunteer Gail March in the back has said stool 6 times.
All right, y'all, sorry about that, but we're gonna bring it right now.
All right. Keep it right to the mic so it's nice and loud.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Woman I love is named Ramona. She kinda looks like Candace. She can dance like Little Egypt. She works down at the steak bar. Just sound fancy, steak bar. Pretty much is a steak bar. It's a reptile now, steak bar. Well, Ramona's got a keen sense of humor. She got a tattoo down her arm of a python. Eat a little mouse wearing a sailor hat that says, steak bar, steak bar. It just sounds fancy, steak bar. Pretty much is a steak bar. It's a reptile now, steak bar. Ooh, ooh. Well, I asked Ramona how come she worked there. She still bloody got it sharp. Nothing to do in the winter now. There's some kid gets sick. Steak bar, just down there. Steak bar, pretty much is a steak bar. It's a reptile now. Steak bar. Ooh. Well, Ramona likes her malt liquor and a band from Wales that's called it along. She said she cried when they broke up. She still plays the record at the steak bar. It just sounds bad, it's a steak bar. It pretty much is a steak bar. It's a reptile, steak bar. Sometimes Ramona calls me up and says, come on down here, it's getting warm. She runs everybody off and we, down it's steak bar. It pretty much is steak bar. It's a reptile, steak bar. Down steak bar. Pretty much is steak bar. It's a reptile, steak bar.
Stand down, everybody!
I don't want to do that.
It's not behind.
Oh, you know, I tell you what, y'all, we all have little things that bother us from time to time like that right there. But, you know, we were so lucky to be here today, to be able to get out and about, the way our friendships, the connections that I've made through Powerful Parkinsons will last forever. So, anyway, let's rock this.
Up next, the star of stage and screen. Man, I don't like to use the term oozing a lot, but oozing with charisma. A joy to be around, a joy to have in our Westminster classes, and we're about to find out a heck of a honky-tonk singer. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Marco Perella.
My gotta practice standing up for 10 minutes, like, and, tell you what, Johnny, hold this.
Are you sure?
Yeah, hold this, and if Kevin storms the stage, you know what to do.
Hey, Mark, can you tell us what song we're about to hear?
No. I'll do the lyrics and see if they can figure it out. Like Snake Farm, it repeats over and over, you know? You get to understand the words sooner or later. Stan's song was perfect because of its cables. Wait a minute. Do we have enough fun? Check. Slovakian. Hi, Claire. Should we do this? I'm running out of stage patterns.
The bond between Marco and Claire the intern on stage. That's the chemistry. Let's do it.
Come on, here's your keys. People's keys.
Too many nights in a roadhouse. Too many days on the highway. Take a good look in the mirror. In the cold rain of dawn. Too many nights in the old roadhouse. Run a little too far wrong. Well, running with my buddies in the wild side. And I had me a run of bad luck. Running down the West Roadhouse crowd. Down to my last two bucks. Pushing too hard, running ringing too fast. Don't make it too long. Running nights in a roadhouse. Running down the corner. One more time, now running the eyes in a roadhouse. My running song. Too many days on the highway, and I run around all night long. Take a good look in the mirror, make you go crazy like dawn. Too many nights in the roadhouse, running down the bar around. Let's go, boys. It was a hell of a life I was living, and it wasn't too hard to tell that the blues come round when the sun went down and the days didn't fare too well. Sure didn't want to taste of the good life till the good times come along. Too many nights in the old roadhouse, running to the river. All right. Too many nights in the roadhouse, just riding in the sun. Too many days on the highway, and I'm running along. Take a look in the mirror, and the old man is gone. Too many nights in the old roadhouse, running in the boy around. Too many nights in a roadhouse, running in the boy around.
Thank you. Good number one, everybody.
Leave that spaghetti up here, that's ours.
I see why you're president.
Yeah, keep an eye on those things.
One thing that I've been really proud about for PFP in the last year, and this is many thanks to Sarah Coriel, our Director of Innovation, and Lola Ortiz, our instructors, that we've really grown our Spanish audience. Both in person and online, and that being a resource for people with Parkinson's all over the world. And one of the next person who is going to get up to sing is part of our Spanish-speaking community, and he comes to the Spanish class, and just one of my favorite all-around people in this world. So Everybody, I want a warm, warm welcome for Armando Arreola.
Man, you look good today.
Gracias, everybody. Thank you, thank you.
Now, Armando, give me 2 seconds to get him
I'll
get him
test it.
to
Wait, no. Testing. Everybody hear me? Is the voice okay up there, Kevin?
Sounds great. Man.
Okay,
Sounds
let's do it.
great. All right.
All right.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
If it brings you happiness, then I wish you all the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all. If the teardrops ever start, I'll be there. I'll be there before the sun takes my fall. Si te quiere de verdad, te da felicidad. Te deseo lo más bueno para los dos. Pero sí te hace llorar. A mí puedes hablar. Estaré a tu lado cuando estás. I'll be there every time by my side to dry away every teardrop that you know. And if he ever leaves you blue, just remember I love you. I'll be there before the sun teardrops fall. I'll be there before the sun teardrops fall.
Armando Arreola, everybody! Beautiful Armando.
Make sure you come back up during that the last one. We're gonna
Oh,
get Felix
yeah,
up
yeah,
first.
yeah, pretty.
All right, one more time for Armando.
And now I'm going to transition from guitar player to guitar tech as we plug in our next person. But if I could give them an introduction, this is an individual who comes to our Monday class of Well Men, and he is. This is not a special thing for him because this dude is still a working musician. And you can see him out, and he's gracing us with his presence. Everybody, give it up for Felix.
Yeah, so jump. We'll do jump around first.
I want to thank everybody who's here. If anybody just came for the for art, I guess we should probably explain that we're a Parkinson's fitness organization, and we put on 12 classes every week in the Austin area. Oops. All of them are totally free to everybody, people with Parkinson's and their care partners. Center stage, baby. Center stage right here on the.
The good thing about Sandra leaving her tap dance board is everybody looks 1 inch taller.
Well, I'm from a little town called Smiley, Texas, out there toward Luling and Lockhart. Moved to California and learned how to play guitar when I was about 6. That don't mean I can play. Let's get it.
Oh yeah. There you go. Felix, you wanna jumble out first? That's cool. Okay, cool. We're doing it in C, right? C and G. We'll kick it over to you. We'll start with the turnaround. Wow. Yeah, we'll start in G, go back to C, and then start C. All right, here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh shit, we learned it in A. DNA? Can everybody transpose? Yeah. Yeah. You got it? 1, 2, 1.
I can't sleep anymore. Ever since the first phone call, I just started making I don't think the words
Alma, everybody.
We're gonna close it down with a little group song. Yeah. You can put the guitar on your breast and just sing it. If you want, or either way. We're gonna do.
You didn't hear that.
It's a secret.
How we doing?
Yeah. And do we got, do we have any more printings of the lyrics of this song? Oh, that's amazing. Well, thank you everybody for being here. We're gonna, if you guys don't mind, we want to do one more song before we just hang out and enjoy each other's company. Look at the art.
It's by Metallica.
There you go. Hey, so you do me a favor? Hand these out to anybody who might want to sing. Or have any.
Who wants to sing? Raise your hand. Perfect.
Okay, yeah, Marco, you take middle, Stan will share with her, and Armando will share with her. Yeah, Marco, you take the middle. Armando, you come over here with me. Marco's got it. Yeah, so Marco will do the first one, and then we'll do a big special. Laura? Yeah, let's go. All right, we're gonna close it down with a song everybody knows, and we want everybody to sing along. Make them sing. Margot says make them sing. So if you have a voice, one of the things we talk about with Parkinsons is we want people to be loud. Actually, Lauren, can you tell everyone to be loud?
Be loud.
There you go. All right. So please be loud and think about what this means to you. So it's been a beautiful afternoon of coming together through art and music, and let's hear it for It's John Michael on bass.
That's the intern.
We all need somebody. And here we go. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, I won't run, I won't run, no, I won't shed a tear. As long as you stand by me. Love, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, my darling, please stand by me. It's time to let me know I've got to choose over and fall, or the mountains should crumble. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. I'll never let go, stand by me.
we were doing this song, it makes me think of one thing, one very, 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 very special thing. The Power for Parkinsons volunteers. They come to the classes every week, a lot of them multiple times a week. And they help people feel welcome when they walk through the door. And they help people find a seat. And when they stand up, that volunteer is there to stand by them. Make sure they don't fall. So we think that because no matter where you're at on your Parkinson's journey, whether it's your first day or you've been coming to our classes for a long time, we want everyone to feel like they found a home when they come into a class. And I think our volunteers are what makes that possible. So everybody, big round of applause for our volunteers. They also come to these events to make everything happen. So thank you all for being here today at the Creative Showcase and standing by us. Here we go. Stand by me, oh, stand by me. Always stand down. Come on, stand by me, stand by me, stand by me. Stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Thank you, girl. Thank you all for being here. We're going to turn the lights back on, please. Tell the artist, if you talk to one of the artists who's presenting today, tell them how much you appreciate it, because we really appreciate them being here and making this thing happen. And thank you to everybody who's here. And of course, one more time for our sponsor tonight, Abbott.